The easiest way to be profitable in trading is you mastering chart pattern. Because chart pattern will always form immediately after price movement, and this particular chart pattern will help you to escape price manipulation. And most traders lose money in the place of manipulation. So by you understanding this chart pattern and how exactly it behaves will help you to escape the manipulation process of the trend and always join in the trade continuation. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you my most effective chart pattern that can give you 80 to 90% profit. And this chart pattern is the bullish and the bearish flag pattern. So how do we go about trading the bullish or bearish flag pattern? First, it has to do with the identification of the chart pattern. You need to train your eye to be able to master how exactly these chart patterns look like. So, the first thing you need to know is for you to identify a preceding trend. For a bullish flag pattern, you need to identify what? A preceding uptrend, which means that price must be in an uptrend this way. Now, after you have identified this, you need to identify what? A downward slope. So you realize that price has moved reasonably. Then the next thing is you see price begins to pull down. Price will pull up, price will pull down, price will pull up, price will pull down. So you realize that price will begin to make what? In a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. So immediately you have identified this particular behavior happening, you should know that this is a formation of a bullish flag. So you can connect your trend line this way to this point, and then the next thing is you see price break out of it and continue to the upside. So you will always need this first lower low, this first lower low in order to connect this trend. And as you are having this, you are the lower high, then you'll be having this lower low as well. And that is exactly what you are seeing in this image. So you can see this first move. This is the pole of the flag. Okay, so this is price doing all, giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if you connect this becomes the pole of the flag. And another thing is the retracement, which means that considering this range, this move back, which is now serving as a retracement, is not permitted to exceed 50% of the range. So if you were, for instance, you put your Fibonacci and you realize that this has exceeded 50%, it may not be a flag pattern anymore. So ideally, your flag pattern should stop at around 38% to 50%. I'll show you exactly how to do that on the live chart. Then you enter at the bottom of the flag or the breakout. So now we are looking at what? We've talked about how you can identify the flag pattern. Now the other question is, how do you buy? Two ways you can buy. It's either you buy at the bottom of the flag or at the breakout of the flag, you can buy. So you can wait for the price to break out for you to buy, or you buy from the bottom of the flag. And you are not buying in isolation. If you are buying from the bottom, you will need a candlestick pattern. A candlestick pattern. So this pattern can be an engulfing candle or a pin bar candlestick formation. Then the question is, what is your profit target? If you consider the length of the pole of this candle, Your profit target should be as equal the length of the previous pull. That will be the equivalent breakout. Now, if you do the opposite of this, it is for a downtrend. Let's go to the live chart and see how exactly this looks like. Alright, so in this scenario, if you look at this carefully, this is a lower low, right? A lower high, lower low, lower high, and a lower low. So price push up, here we have a break of structure. Okay, so if we were to connect this now, this is what we will have. And then now we have a break of structure. So which means that we are now in an uptrend. So look at what happened. Price begins to pull back. Now on this higher time frame, we just see this movement. So let's move to our lower time frame. Let's move to our 15-minute time frame and see what exactly happened in this box. Can you see that? So what we saw there, that was our 15-minute time frame. So let's look at it on this time frame. You can see now this is a lower high, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high. So now this is what? This is in a downward movement. So once we spot this, we already know that this is a flag pattern. So you see your flag pattern being connected. That is it. So let's go back to our 1 hour time frame so you can see that. You can see how it plays out. And then what do? We can make our entry two ways. First, we can make entry based on this bullish engulfing candle, or we wait for this breakout. So you can either buy here or buy here. And if you observe again, you see that this pattern was formed to mitigate this particular smart money cube. So price came in, mitigate this smart money cube, and then with the pattern. So look at this pattern, look at the pull. So you need to train your eyes in order for you to master this particular pattern. Okay, it requires consistency, it requires training. Here again we have this. It will not look like a perfect textbook example that you have seen earlier. So here is another one. Because in some cases, they will break out of this in order to take away liquidity. So what you will see on the live chart will not be as perfect as a textbook example almost all of the time. Let's look at another asset. Now this volatility 75. Now look at this. Do you see that? So that is what we are talking about. And remember, we said it must not be up to 50 or beyond 50% of the Fibonacci. So you can see that the pullback will range always between the 0 to 38% of your Fibonacci. So you see that this pullback comes to this point and then it continues back to the upside. So they are almost everywhere and they happen. Look at it. This is another one. When you train your eyes and you master this pattern, it is very, very effective and to help your trading greatly. So you can see how this particular one plays out. Here is another one. So that's exactly how you can take advantage of this pattern. So what do you need to do? Go back to your chart, backtest this pattern, train your eye to identify it, and you'll see exactly how it works. Thank you for watching. Forget to subscribe to this channel. Please do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video.